Okay, next tutorial. This tutorial is meant to be for the Punisher, or more specifically, the logo of the Punisher. Yeah, he usually has this skull shape on his shirt, but I thought it'd be more interesting on the face, so yeah. It's actually a relatively simple makeup to do, obviously if you don't include the ball cap and the latex all over the face, but the pattern itself is quite simple and it's a fun one to do. And this look has been requested a couple times now, but the first person to actually request it was the Manost1212, so I'll flash your name on the screen there, so thank you so much for requesting this. And yeah, so if you'd like to see how to recreate this look, stay tuned. So to get things started, I'm going to be blocking out my eyebrows because I'm going to be applying a lot of liquid latex on my forehead, as I usually do, just to build up a really strong, angry looking brow. And I'm also going to be applying a plain latex bald cap, which I sell on my website. But yeah, so I'm going to pop links here and here to tutorials that I've done in the past to teach you guys how to do both those things, just to save some time up in this video. So I'm going to do both those things and get back to you. So there we are. So I've applied my ball cap and covered my ears with it as well, rather than cut around them, and I've gone around the edge with a couple layers of liquid latex just to get rid of the edge. So now I'm going to take a sponge and some more liquid latex, and I'm going to go over my forehead because I'm going to build up an incredibly angry brow. Like, it's going to be about 4 layers of liquid latex and then some tissue just to really angle it up in a V shape. So then I'm going to take some regular tissue paper that I've torn in two, so I've got the thin halves, and the idea is to take the latex, apply it in the area that you want to build up, in which case it's going to be this whole V shape, push the tissue down, then remove the edges, and then saturate the tissue. Around 7 layers, letting it dry in between, and I'm going to build it up to the point where it slightly overlaps over the bridge of my nose in this V section, just to make the eyes look incredibly angry. There we are, nice angry brows. Yeah, doesn't matter too much on the wrinkles and furrows and stuff like that because there's not going to be any wrinkles. It's just as long as you've got this overlapping here, so when I paint it, it just brings the angry eyes to life. It's okay. So then I'm going to take liquid latex and cover the rest of my face. You don't have to do that. I'm going to block my mouth out just because it looks more effective, I think, and scary looking. You don't have to do that. You can just paint the details on. It's up to you guys. But I'm going to take some liquid latex, do about maybe 2-3 coats of my face, and then I'm going to do my mouth with some tissue. So I won't be able to talk, so I'm going to do a voiceover from here. So once I built up enough layers, I took some regular masking tape and using really little strips, I went both vertically and horizontally across my mouth and over my chin just to get that area really smooth, and I pressed it down in between, making sure it's really flat and smooth. And then once I did that, I was able to take some liquid latex and just go over it again with a sponge just to really smooth the area. But once I built up enough layers, I again took some tissue and laid that over my mouth and then saturated that. I did that for about maybe 4 layers just to really get rid of the ridges and make it as smooth as possible. Then I took some Snazaroo Clown White and I just painted roughly the shape that I knew that the skull was going to be. It doesn't have to be too neat because I can neaten it out with the black. The reason I used the white first instead of black is because it's a lot easier to colour black over white than it is the other way around. And then I took some setting powder by Ben Nye in Super White just to set the white and make it really nice and even. Then I took some Snazaroo black watercolour and I used that to shape out the silhouette of the skull. I didn't want to go in straight away with a fine brush because I just want to map out the overall shape first, because once I'd done that I was able to take a fine brush and start drawing on the cheekbones and all the fine details like the nose and the eyes and the mouth. What I'll say about the shape is it's not meant to be symmetrical. There's specific shapes on the cheekbones and the mouth, so yeah, just take your time with it and try and use as many reference pictures as you can, because I did. The eye shape is, as I said, very angry. I tried not to go too far over my brow bone. I wanted it to look really cartoony, not blended, and I followed the 2 points of the eyes, where the tear duct would be. I made it so they very nearly met in the middle. So there we are, nice and angry and cartoony. And then I started working on the cheekbones and the rest of the facial detailing. As I said, just remember to take it slow. For their lines down the mouth, it does help to use a sharp angle brush, and they're not meant to be specifically straight really, they're meant to be variating sizes, and the edges of them are quite sharp and they're different on each one, but the good thing to remember is there are only 3 lines going down the bottom of the mask. I then took some Eye Studio Lasting Drama Gel Eyeliner by Meybelline, Newyork. It's in their Intense Black, the number 1. I used that just to line the waterline of both my eyes, just to make them look extra dark and deep set. And then it was just a case of painting the rest of my neck. So after I'd done that, I popped in 2 pairs of contact lenses and my costume, which I just popped on the leather jacket and some leather gloves, really, because yeah, I'm pretty much making this costume up as I go along. The contact lenses are called Sabertooth lenses, and they're by eyesbright.com. I'll pop the link in the description bar below. They really do help to make the eyes look extra dark and creepy, and yeah, cause as I usually say, I don't like just painting my eyelids because I prefer a look to work where you can actually see, so it's practical, so yeah. But yeah, so that's my Punisher look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like it, please make sure to, the usual, rate, comment, subscribe and all that jazz. And yeah, so until next time, bye.